Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I was thinking what I would like to bring you, and you know what? It just pretty much came to me. About an hour ago or so, Keir Starmer, who is the Prime Minister of United Kingdom, who, by the way, will be visiting US and talking to President Trump, I think this week, gave a speech. This was televised. He was not present at this gathering that Ukraine has organized with the leaders of European Union and others from Europe about 3-year anniversary of the conflict, which is, of course, as we know, much longer. This just marks 3 years of Russia saying enough, right? But that's another story. Keir Starmer, who, when President Trump was asked by one of the journalists, I think last week, in the Oval Office, he was asked what this visit from Starmer is about, and Trump said, I don't know, he just wanted to come to see me. So that was his response. That's how important he is, Starmer, to Trump. But I want to read you this speech, because this is just how you will decide what is this. So let's go to this. Starmer says, "For 3 years, we have been united in opposition to Russian barbaric invasion. And for 3 years, we have been full of admiration for the incredible response of the Ukrainian people. Their voices must be at the heart of the desire for peace. And I want to be clear that I hear them. I think all of the soldiers and the civilians, I think about all of the soldiers and the civilians that I met in Kiev just a few weeks ago, the witnesses to the horror of Bucha, the school children I met living under constant bombardment, the soldiers training in the UK bound for the front line. Their voices echo in my ears. They inform the decisions that I take and the peace that I believe we must see. So, I have a very simple, clear message today. The UK is with you today and every day. From His Majesty the King to the NHS workers volunteering in the hospitals in Ukraine, to the communities of the Ukrainian refugees, to their heart, and that's why I signed our 100-year partnership with President Zelensky last month. You remember this was in January. I actually recorded a video about it when I was in New York. Because we believe in Ukraine right today and its incredible potential to thrive in the years to come. This is a time for unity. In this crucial moment, as talks begin, we must work together to shape the outcome." This is the quote, the word he says, that I'm going to use for the title of this video. Russia does not hold all the cards in this war, because Ukrainians have the courage to defend their country, because Russia's economy is in trouble, because now they have lost the best of their land forces and their Black Sea fleet in this pointless invasion. So we must increase the pressure even further to deliver an enduring peace, not just the pause in the fighting. We can do this in 3 ways. Now, everyone, are you ready? Drum rolls. 3 ways what Starmer suggests should be done. First, stepping up our military support for Ukraine, and the UK is doing that, providing £4.5 billion in military aid this year, more than before. I wonder how the retirees in UK feel about this. Continuing, we are doing more than ever to train Ukrainian troops, helping Ukraine to mobilize even further. And we are proud that we have taken over the leadership of the Ukrainian contact. Secondly, we must keep dialing up the economic pressure to get Putin to a point where he is ready not just to talk but to make concessions. So today, we are announcing the UK's largest packet of sanctions since the early days of the war, going after Russia, since the early days of the war, going after what they are doing now, going after Russia's shadow fleet, going after companies in China and elsewhere that are sending military components. And today I will be discussing further steps with G7, and I am clear that G7 should be ready to take on more risk, including the oil price cap, sanctioning Russia's oil giants, and going after the banks that were enabling the invasion. How creative, huh? Third, there's only three, okay? We must bring our collective strength to the peace effort. It's like, this is like bipolar, right? Or something. With all of that before, number 1 and 2, now number 3, we must bring our collective strength to the peace effort. President Trump has changed the conversation over the last few weeks. It has created an opportunity. Now we must get the fundamentals right. Sometimes you wonder, like, what is he talking about? If we want peace to endure, we must have a seat at the table. And any settlement must be based on sovereign Ukraine, backed up with strong security guarantees. The UK is ready and willing to support this with troops on the ground. Without the Europeans and with right conditions in place, and ultimately a US backstop will be vital to deter Russia from launching another invasion just in a few years' time. So we will do everything we can to get the best outcome for Ukraine and for us all. And let me close with one of the voices I've mentioned earlier, Petro, a patient from one of the units I visited in Kiev, who said, now quoting that man, "If Ukraine fails, Europe will be next." And that is what is at stake here. That is why we will always stand with Ukraine and our allies against this aggression for a just and lasting peace. And he ends this with Bandera's statement, Slava Ukraine. So this is very fresh. He just spoken those words. I just wonder how how my British lovely followers, everyone who watches me from Ukraine, you are actually the second largest group on my channel as far as nationality. First is viewers from United States and then from United Kingdom. What would you say, huh? And he's not a dictator, right? Putin is dictator. And I'm not gonna say, of course, we all know what Zelensky said yesterday during the interview, that he's even willing to step down to have that peace or to have this guarantee to be in NATO. So I decided to bring you a comment from someone who left this comment under the video, under the live stream, who says this: "I never seen so many people sweating and panicking at the thought of peace breaking out." Isn't it interesting? It's kind of like a deja vu moment again, right? You know, they changed so many facts in the history books, but there was one thing that was, I don't think was changed. How much Britain was encouraging even Poland, that had its part as far as the Second World War goes, right? Stirring up the pot. But how much Britain was encouraging this. And then where was Britain? Who came to the rescue? Polish soldiers who were thrown straight into Nazis' fire. Kind of similar, isn't it? That's all I have for you, everyone, today. 3-year anniversary. How many dead people? 3 years later. Can you believe it? Can you believe that we are going through this? 3 years. I remember when this started. I was still in the United States. And I remember from the very first moment, something was just off. Something didn't feel right. And whatever they were reporting, I just felt like, no, this is not what's happening. So I started to search for the information. That's all I have for you guys. Have a great day. If you appreciate this video and the content I provide, make sure to hit the like, subscribe to my video, share and leave the comments down below. And if you choose to support my work, which I very much appreciate, become my Patreon, join me on Locals, or you can donate on PayPal if you choose to. Follow me on Instagram, it's AniaK_44. But you will not find all those links down below this video. You have to go to the older videos because I don't have the computer with me now, so it's a little challenge to attach those links. Thank you, lots of love, and remember, we are the leading edge and we are saving humanity, and I see you in another video. Bye everyone.